So you've got a home inspection coming up. It can be a little stressful. Let's talk about some ways to make it go smoother. I'm Jenny Hendricks at Century 21 Prestige Realty, and let's talk about home inspections and some ways to make sure that your home is ready for a home inspector to come through. A home inspection, of course, is sort of a top to bottom evaluation of a home and is part of the buyer's due diligence. The role of a home inspector is to provide the buyer with a comprehensive report, just kind of putting the home through its paces, detailing what the home is like, if there's any issues, if there's anything that the buyer needs to be aware of. A buyer typically in a transaction can reserve the right to cancel the contract or at least negotiate if there are issues with the home. Now, in the market that we're in, a lot of buyers will waive that right. My experience is most buyers are still going to have an inspection. So let's talk about ways to get your home ready. 10 most common home inspection problems. So here are some of the most common things that fail during a home inspection. Problem number 1, rundown roofing. Asphalt shingle roofs have a typical lifespan of maybe 15 to 20 years. Could be a little bit longer depending on the grade of the shingle and the climate that you are in. If it looks like your roof is nearing the end of its life, don't be surprised to see that come up on an inspection report. So inspectors will call out shingles that are brittle, curled, or broken. They're also going to tell you if there's any loose flashing or spots that look like they could be leaking. How to prevent this inspection fail. So just examine your roof, take a look at it. If you can't get up on the roof, get a pair of binoculars and look at it from the ground so you'll be able to see everything. But replace those damaged shingles and flashing. Something that comes up often too that is an easy fix is to recalk around the ventilation pipes where they pop out of the roof. Problem number 2, drainage issues. Surface grading around your home can cause really serious drainage issues and foundation damage. Improper grading, what's called a negative slope, so the ground is kind of sloping back towards the house, can lead to leaky basements, causing mildew, other issues. It can also create soil issues, which can sometimes cause foundations to shift, and that can obviously be a pretty serious problem. How to prevent this home inspection fail. Add topsoil to the grade on the ground to create a slight slope that drains away from the home. You should also check out and repair your rain gutters and downspouts and make sure that those are going away from the foundation. Several feet, they should be draining away from that foundation. Just make sure that the water coming off your roof isn't ending right at the foundation. That's going to really cause some serious issues. Problem number 3, a faulty foundation. Foundation problems can be really costly to fix. Signs of foundation issues are going to include doors and windows that stick, cracks in the walls above doorways, sloping floors, L-shaped or horizontal cracks in the visible parts of the exterior foundation. If you think that your home has some foundation issues, it's really best to take care of them before you sell the house. Not very many buyers are going to want to deal with the hassle of fixing a foundation. So how do you prevent this home inspection fail? Well, check out your exterior foundation, and if you have an unfinished basement, take a look at the interior basement walls as well. If there's minor foundation issues, fill in those cracks with epoxy or a silicone caulk. You can seal the exterior foundation that you can see with a waterproof coating. Adjust all the doors and the windows and make sure they all open and close without sticking. And if it seems like it's going to be a little bit more extensive issue than that, consider hiring a structural engineer to come and check it out for you and make sure that it's not anything that is more extensive than just a minor crack in the foundation. Problem number 4, plumbing issues. Damaged pipes, malfunctioning water heaters, backed up sewage systems, leaks, these are all common things that are going to fail a home inspection. Go through your home and really take a look at it and make sure that the kitchen faucet that's been kind of dripping for the last little bit, you got to replace that or fix it. The home inspectors will call out all of this stuff. How to prevent this home inspection fail? Repair any visible leaks. Unclog and clean out those drains. It can also help to reseat the toilets, replace that wax ring. Check the remaining life left on your water heater. I see a lot of times where the water heater is still functioning, but it's nearing the end of its life, and a buyer will sometimes ask the seller to replace that water heater. So check out all of those things that could be some plumbing issues. Problem number 5, pest infestations. There is nothing that will send your buyer running quite like an infestation of pets, especially termites. A home inspector will call out signs of termites. However, you might want to call a pest control company to come and actually check for termites. It's interesting because I was told for many years that the Cedar City area doesn't have a termite problem. And it was explained to me because we have a freeze and a thaw. I was told several years ago by a pest control company that is not the case. We are actually in a moderate termite area. And I have had several transactions where termites were found and had to be remedied. How to prevent this home inspection fail? If you see potential evidence of termites or really any other kind of pests, it's probably best to hire a pest control company to come and check it out for you and help you with a plan to eradicate those. It's going to come up in an inspection, and a buyer's going to want that to be taken care of anyway. Problem number 6, hidden mold. Discovering mold during an inspection can really spell trouble. Be aware of musty odors, especially in a basement or a bathroom. If you have any stains, maybe on your ceiling or again in a bathroom that might indicate there's excessive moisture, possibly a leak. If you've ever had an active leak and have had it fixed, you want to make sure that it's been completely dried out and that there's no moisture still there, sort of creating that musty odor, which could indicate some mildew or some mold. Because mold, it's caused by excessive moisture. How to prevent this home inspection fail? Repair any plumbing leaks, malfunctioning rain gutters, make sure the ground around the home is properly graded. Here in the high desert, we don't have really an issue with excessive humidity in the house, but just make sure that there's proper ventilation in the bathrooms, and that there's no evidence of any other leaks. Problem number 7, failing heating systems. A faulty furnace, or again, one that is near the end of its life, can really be a turnoff for buyers. Other issues to think about are non-working controls. If your thermostat is a little problematic, blocked chimneys, it's a good idea to have your chimney cleaned. Damaged heat exchangers and exhaust flues that are not up to code can all be an issue on an inspection. So, how to prevent this home inspection fail? If you have your furnace inspected and serviced regularly, it's really going to do a lot to extend the life of that furnace. If it's too late for that and you haven't been doing that, consider having a technician come over and check it out. And if there's any repairs that need to be done, do that, or possibly replace the whole thing if it is in that state. This is going to keep your buyers from canceling the contract. The furnace is going to be a big deal. Problem number 8, electrical wiring. Home inspectors commonly encounter problems with electrical wiring. It comes up frequently. Things such as reverse polarity, missing junction boxes, damaged receptacles, older homes that might have inferior wiring. These are all concerns that a home inspector will identify on a report. How to prevent this home inspection fail. Have a licensed electrician inspect and upgrade any faulty outlets or junction boxes. Make sure your breaker box is correctly labeled. Your home inspector will thank you and your buyer will thank you. That's something that is not always done, and it's very helpful for anybody who is coming in to take a look at that electrical system. Problem number 9, structural damage. Older homes especially might be prone to structural issues such as sagging floor joists, rafters, door headers. It may not be immediately apparent if a structural issue is a major thing or a minor thing, and many home inspectors will put it in their report and just say, you know, it looks like it could be an issue, so you need to have a structural engineer come and take a closer look at that. How to prevent this home inspection fail. Structural repairs are obviously some of the most costly and really will turn a buyer off. If your home shows signs of structural issues, consider hiring a structural engineer before you put the home on the market, just to assess it and see if there's anything that you can take care of immediately, and if there's something that is a major issue, maybe give you an estimate on how much it would cost to make that repair. Problem number 10, just kind of a generally poorly maintained condition. So, you know, while cosmetic issues like peeling paint, cracked caulk, torn carpet, damaged flooring aren't really major problems on their own, an accumulation of these small issues can be a turnoff for some buyers. Having a bunch of small problems could signal to an inspector and a buyer that the home has not been maintained well. And it can also be an issue with some loans. So how to prevent this home inspection fail? Well, consider a fresh coat of paint inside and possibly out. It can go a long way toward improving the visible condition of the home. Replace or repair, update broken light fixtures, plumbing fixtures if necessary, and really consider replacing or repairing any kind of damaged flooring. Kind of take a look at your home through fresh eyes, the eyes of a buyer. Walk through and see if there's something that maybe you become familiar with that maybe a buyer would consider an issue. So the bottom line is inspections really can be stressful, but knowing what inspectors look for can help you anticipate how to get your home ready and understanding things that might cause a home to fail an inspection. Minor tweaks here and there can really improve the overall report, and repairing major issues in advance will help avoid those conversations altogether. Now, do remember that if there is anything that is an issue, it is important to disclose that to the buyer. That's going to be part of the seller's property condition disclosures. If you have any additional questions, I did another video, you can go check it out here, on things that happen, you know, sort of after you get the home inspection and how that's negotiated and how that affects the transaction. So I am Jenny Hendricks at Century 21 Prestige Realty. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.